Hi there. My name is Natasha Oates. I'm the founder of the Up Company, where we help couples who are tired of fussing and fighting. We also help driven professionals who are the glue to their families, friend circles, and they're like, where's my glue? So I wanted to just hop in here to support all of the parents out there. This is a rough time, especially with the tragedy that's happened in Texas. Sometimes it's hard to decide what are the right words to comfort and just to be there for our children. So if you have a child or you know a parent who has a child who is aware about the tragedy in Texas, please share this out. Share this out to the mom groups, teacher groups, just to anyone you know that can be useful. We're going to do story time today. So this video is to support you, parents. If your child knows about the tragedy, might have some strong feelings about it, and you just want to have some more tools to be able to support them, this is for you. I am reading this book. This is The Anthill Disaster. This is written by Julia Cook. So shout out to Julia Cook as well. Just going to take a read here. This again is The Anthill Disaster. So let's make sure you can see the pictures here. It's almost time for school, but I don't want to go. I'm afraid. I go to the school up on the hill. Up on the hill, it's for ants. That's why they call it the Anthill School. Make sure you can see that picture. But now it's ruined. A few weeks ago, a human wearing waffle stomper boots stomped all over the Anthill School until he made it flat. It was a disaster. We ran and ran and ran until we got to the great big tree that's 2 blocks away. And then we stopped. Why? Now everything has changed. Why did he do it, Mama? I asked. I don't know why, she said. Things happen that we have no control over, but we have to find a way to keep living. We have to move forward. How do we do that? We breathe in and breathe out and hold on to each other. We shed a lot of tears and we love one another. We all come together as a strong team of one, and then we rebuild and get things done. I just can't go today, Mama. I'm too scared. I know how you feel. I was scared too. But you're safe now, and you need to go. After school, I will be right outside the door waiting for you, just like always. Then we can spend some special time together, just you and me. Maybe we can even go to the park. What if it happens again? I asked. Everyone is working together very hard to keep that from happening. We are strong when we all work together. How strong? Very, very strong. When I was about your age, we had a terrible storm. It rained and rained and rained. The sky got very dark and angry. The wind blew so hard that it sounded like a freight train. Big buildings blew right over. Some of the buildings even blew away. A big piece of cement landed right on top of our beautiful anthill and smashed it flat. What did you do? We took cover until the storm was over, and then we ran and ran and ran until we got to the great big tree that's 2 blocks away. And then we stopped. Then we breathe in and breathe out and held on to each other. We shed a lot of tears and we loved one another. We all came together as strong team of one. And then we rebuilt and got things done. Were you scared? I was really scared. Why did it happen? I don't know why. Things happen that we have no control over. But I couldn't stop being who I am. I had to keep living and growing, and so do you. So today, you need to go back to school. When I got to school, things were different. I saw lots of sad faces. I saw lots of scared faces. I even saw a few angry faces. There were new faces that I had never seen before, and some faces weren't there. Nobody had a normal face. The worker ants had worked double shifts and built us a brand new school. But it wasn't as big as our old school. It wasn't the same. Nothing was the same. My teacher hugged each one of us. She hugged me so tight that I couldn't breathe. Then, with tears in her eyes, she said, "The world as we know it has really changed. And everyone knows that nothing's the same. But I'm here for each and every one of you. Together, I know that we can pull through. You may feel scared or guilty or sad. You may feel empty or anxious or mad. There isn't a right or wrong way to feel. What happened to us is painful and real. But now it's the time for us to be here. You're safe right now, so take charge of your fear. You have to continue to learn and grow. So we'll deal with these changes together, you know? When we work together, we're a very strong team. We can get through anything, no matter how bad it seems. If you need to ask questions, just know I am here. I'll give you a hug and a tissue for tears. Our days ahead are going to be rough. At home and at school, things will be tough. But we have each other. So take a deep breath. When we're all together, you don't need to be stressed. So that's what we did. We took a deep breath and we started over. I made it through the day. And my mom was right where she said she'd be waiting for me after school. On the way home, we even went to the park. How was your day? My mom asked. It was okay, I said. Do you want to talk about it? Nope. Before I went to bed, I started feeling scared again. I don't want to go to school tomorrow, Mama. I just want to stay home. I know how you feel, but you are safe now and you need to go. After school, I will be right outside the door, waiting for you just like always. Then we can spend some special time together, just you and me. Maybe we can even go back to the park. What if it happens again, Mama? Everyone is working together very hard to keep that from happening. We are strong when we all work together. How strong? Very, very strong. Our teacher told us about what happened when you were little today. When the bad storm blew the big piece of cement on top of the hill and smashed it flat. What did she say? She said it was a terrible disaster that changed the lives of many ants. Then she said sometimes things happen that we have no control over, but we have to find a way to keep living. She told us that what you did then is what we need to do now. We need to breathe in, breathe out, and hold on to each other. It's okay to shed tears, but we must love one another. If we all come together as a strong team of one, then we can rebuild and get anything done. Did she say anything else? No. But she told us that if we wanted to talk about it or ask her questions, we could. Then we got to make special cards for all of the ants out there who are sadder than we are. Mama, do you think the stomper will come back? Nobody knows the answer to that question, son, but you know everyone is working together very hard to keep that from ever happening again. And together we are strong. How strong? Very, very strong. Now, go to sleep. Today, going to school was a little bit easier. Today, going to school was easier than yesterday. Today, going to school didn't seem quite as hard. Today, going to school almost felt normal. Maybe that's because different is now what seems like the same. We breathe in and breathe out. We hold on to each other. We shed a lot of tears and we love one another. We've all come together as a strong team of one. We've rebuilt our lives and we're getting things done. They say that when change happens, it makes everyone grow. Our pain is never forgotten. This we all know. But together, somehow, we are learning to cope. Because disasters will never take away our hope. I just read to you The Anthill Disaster, and the author is Julia Cook. So if you have your young person, your child with you, I'm going to ask you to stop the video. I want to talk to the parent or the guardian or the mentor that's reading. If your child that you're helping, that you're caring for, that you love, has been struggling emotionally, has some nervousness, fear, stop talking, wetting the bed, stomach aches that's unexplainable, and this has been happening for over a few weeks, I want you to consider speaking with a child therapist who can help that child with some coping skills. But this book is a great resource. Again, this is The Anthill Disaster. In the back, it has some recommendations, some additional steps that you can take as a parent, as a guardian, as a mentor to your child. We're in this together. And although I do not see children, I absolutely want to support all of the parents who are loving on their kids during this really challenging time. And I want to encourage you, parents, to also love on yourself, figure out what you can do to also bring down your stress. And if you're noticing changes that aren't going away after a few weeks, come and see a therapist as well. We would love to serve you here at the Up Company. Thank you again, and please share this out to any parent, mentor of a child that you know about the tragedy or has been through a different tragedy and would really benefit from this story.